Hey everyone, welcome to Tainted Grail, or Tainted Grail Conquest. I think it was originally called Tainted Grail Conquest, and they eventually changed it. So this is a very, very dark fantasy with Arthurian aspects to it, and they are working on an RPG related to this, which does look very cool as well, and I've already picked up and haven't messed around with, but it's progressing along. So this is a card game. So this came out first quite a while ago, and initially when I played this, I kind of bounced off of it because it has a lot of meta progression aspects to it, and initially it just seemed very difficult. But then playing it a little bit more, I really got sucked into it. I've now put like 50 hours into it. I've beaten the final boss with all but one of the characters. I thought I'd actually done it with all of them, but I've got one left to do. So we're going to go in and we're going to do a run. We're going to break it up into each of the three sections and play that final character. So we're going to do the normal standard game mode, and we'll take a look at stuff. So these are all the different characters you can play as. Initially, you only can play the Weird Hunter, and then you unlock more and more as you go, unlock more cards as you go, all that kind of stuff. So we are going to play as the Summoner. So summoners conjure deadly minions out of thin air, but they're connected to them via a magical link. Every time a minion gets hit, their summoner receives damage related to their level. Summoners' minions need to be activated through spells, however they can be promoted and grow in power endlessly. So basically have like three magic classes that summon stuff. And I think this is probably my least favorite class of the various different ones. There's three archer classes, and then there's three kind of warrior types. Probably my favorite's the Pathfinder. If you can avoid taking damage, you just ramp up more and more damage potential, which is really cool. I do like the way the summoner looks, though, so there is that. So as we go in, I think I haven't actually done difficulty 2. Maybe we'll do difficulty 2, because it's probably going to be my last run of the game, actually. I've unlocked everything I can. There's a few things that are locked as far as progression. I'll talk about that in a bit. So, as you can kind of see, charge ultimate ability whenever they activate a minion. They can promote a selected minion by a specific number of levels, depending on the number of charges they spend, so we have kind of an ultimate ability for that. Of course, higher level we are, the better they are, more damage. So, we can choose with this class what we want to start with. Now I have a wolf companion unlocked, so I can summon him with cards. This we just automatically start with, so I can choose having a golem who redirects all damage to him, which is very helpful. There is an abomination who attacks everyone, or all the enemies on the battlefield. And then there is a worm that attacks enemies and reduces armor. I'm going to go ahead and go with the golem, which I think is the best initially, and especially since I do have that wolf companion already. So, let's head on in. We'll take a look at our initial village here. Well, the first time when you play this, you have this little village, and you can kind of get people that you can rescue out in the wilderness. It's sort of like going into an area of chaos, and you have these magic candles that will help create a little sphere of order around you. And you can encounter all kinds of people from various different times and places and stuff in the chaos. And eventually you can sort of rescue some of them, save them, and bring you back to the village if you do certain quests for them. So I've done that with all of them. So we have everybody back in the village that we can. But then there's also other people that you'll run into out in the wilds that maybe you can save their souls. They're trapped in some kind of infinite loop or that kind of thing. And that's kind of where I'm stuck with. There are certain people that I can't do anything with. And there's a quest line connected to that I can't finish because I already recruited somebody into my village who was sort of creating a temporal loop out in the chaos. And his magic was kind of keeping it going. And in order for me to get those other people, it's kind of souls at rest, I have to do certain actions there. But I already recruited the guy, and so I have him. He's in my village, so now that inn doesn't appear out in the chaos anymore. So I can't ever get them in. But all the actual main people are in the village. Once you have them in the village, you can start getting meta progression stuff with them. So like this guy here makes the candles that you use, the candles you use to sort of banish the chaos and stuff once you're out there. There's all kinds of interesting stuff and very cool quests and things as well. And once you've done some quests for them, once they're back in the village, not only do you get the meta progression stuff, but you also can unlock special cards with them. So that's what we have done as well. So if we want to take a look, we've got our inventory as well. So we've got slots here for items. So right now we just have a special flute that gives me some barriers, so it's kind of a temporary shield. And this lasts until it's destroyed, but depends on your character. Some of the characters only get this for a shield for one turn and then it goes away. We've got some healing. That's it. We can get all kinds of other various different weird stuff that may or may not help us. There's also a whole runestone system, so we'll find runestones as we explore. Runestones we can either put on our armor or weapons, and they'll have different effects. If we get 3 of the same one, we can level them up. It's all kinds of cool stuff like that. So our starting deck, we can take a look at what we have. So we can activate a minion. for free. Very nice. We can activate a minion for some cost. We can put some barrier either on ourselves or a minion. We can promote a minion. Under sigils, what do we have? Increase a minion's damage by 50%. It lasts until the minion dies. And then we have our summons. So we've got abominations, more golems. The Fae, I think, weaken enemy grants ultimate charges, yeah. And then the worm is kind of our main damage dealer. And of course we can kind of look at our hero and our stuff and get a bit of info about that. We'll be able to level up our health and all that kind of stuff depending on what we find as we explore. So, we only have a little bit of cash to start off with. There's a few things we want to do in the village before we go looking, and we can kind of superimpose the map. So the first section, there was a single boss. We can actually see him right there. So we want to do all the other fights, do the boss. Once we do that, we come back to the village, and we can unlock another section. There's 3 sections, 3 bosses. Then we can fight the final boss. And there's 2 different final bosses. We're going to fight the real final boss. That's kind of the plan. So in the lower left-hand corner, you can see I have 7 candles. That's what that is. We can ignite them once we're out there, or we can wander around in the chaos murk and just kind of deal with it. Potentially it makes things more difficult because it will give you good cards. If you have recently lit a candle, it'll give you bad cards if you have no candlelight burning. As of this point, I don't think there's any conversations.
Good to see you. Need a candle or two?
Like, I don't think there's anything special, so this one I'm kind of avoiding because this will make him mad, so I haven't actually done that. So we have different upgrades we can get. So for him, so all of them have different currencies. So for this guy, requires tallow. How do you get it? Well, you can just hover over it and you can kind of see there's all the different currencies you can get. So by burning weird candles, you get tallow. And then we can kind of look and see how much it's going to cost. So making one last longer at this point for me is going to cost me 640. Getting another one to start with will cost me 400. This one's currently maxed out. We can buy a special card for cash. And then we have some other things related to out in the wilds, there'll be some milestones. So some stone with sigils and candles burning on them have a little area that's kind of not crazy around it. And you can kind of hang out there. You can extend the power. You can get blessings from it. And this is just ways to boost the blessings. I almost never get the blessings, so I haven't really spent much to boost those. We don't need any weird candles to start with. We could buy some, of course. But we are fine for him. Over here, I do love the art in this. You can kind of see as we go in.
She looks at the expanding village with a critical eye.
You did a good job gathering all those pieces together. But we need to do more before they become a real village. We need to join them, but I've yet to find the right thread.
Which is unusual because I've already done all the quest stuff for her. We had like a giant creepy spider lady and her thousands and thousands of spider babies we had to do some stuff for. Which was definitely kind of creepy. So yeah, no conversations with her. So with her, we can upgrade abilities and things. She requires blood. You get blood just from fighting and killing stuff. So it's pretty easy to get blood. So I've got a few upgrades, as you can kind of see. I've got a little bit more HP, a little bit more armor. My damage has been increased a little bit. Weird stone gain I haven't even bothered to do because it's not that important. Money gone up a little bit. XP a little bit. She's got a special card, which is mediocre. What we can do, though, get a random passive skill. So you have passive skills in this game as well. We can also do cosmetic stuff, which is this. So if you go into this, so this is kind of my main guy, Floki here. Because I've fought as all the different characters, we can use their items and gear if we want to change their stuff. So we can either look at the body stuff, helmets. So we could swap some stuff around, but I do think that the summoner looks quite nice. I think what I'm going to spend my money on here to start with, even though there is like one really good card we could get, I think getting a random passive skill is also quite good. So I'm actually going to go ahead and do that. So we kind of see what we have here initially. So what we start with is no level limits on minions promoted, but after every received hit, they damage their master for every level they have. Solitude, if you start a turn with no minions, draw a random summon card, and start every combat with a summoned golem. So what we got from her is increase the damage of each minion at level 5 and above by 25%. So all of them, once they level up, will do more damage. So not super great, but it is pretty good, and we're just going to keep getting more and more of those as we level up. So over here we have a ghost guy.
Trinkets, charms, baubles, fair prices, verified origins, and I'm cutting me own throat here.
So this was the guy who was keeping the tavern going out in the wild. Nothing I can do with him. We can gamble with him if he's got money, and we get special currency just for doing quests. This guy I got last out of all the different characters. Well, not counting the bard, who doesn't do anything but play music, and we can change our music in the village. So as you do quests, you're going to get journal pages, and then you can trade them in for other resources. So these are the resources that everyone else uses. So like she uses the blood, the tallows for the guy making the candles, that kind of thing. So if you're really, really low on some, you can do that. And of course, he's got a card we can get as well, which is decent. We have our scientist lady over here, who doesn't want to talk to me. So you can increase the chance of finding items as we explore, but she'll also sell some stuff, some various different items, which might be somewhat random. She's also got a card as well, which is decent. And then with her special resource, we can do things like adding items to the shop, increasing drop chance of items, which I've got, so it's now quite high. And there's special items as well. There's so much meta progression stuff in this that I feel like you could literally play this game for thousands of hours and still have stuff to unlock as far as that goes. But it's just going to make the game easier, essentially. When you start, all you have is the lost soul over here, who will do some healing. But he currently takes care of my wolf. So we'll summon my wolf, so he's now with us. And you do healing, so he still sells some healing potions and stuff. I have this upgraded so I can now rest here a couple times and get back to full health between our little sections of our fights. All that good stuff. We also have the quest cards, which are fairly powerful, but you have to do a bunch of stuff to get them to unlock, which usually is bad things for you. I don't really think they're that useful, honestly. Some of them are almost impossible to do with certain classes because they require you to do certain things. And then for this guy, we just have the Weird Stone, which you just find randomly doing stuff. So with him, he's got more potions he can sell me, and the potions are a little bit more effective. Over here we have the blacksmith.
Is hard at work when you approach him.
So this guy does all the runestone stuff, so we can buy runestones from him. We can exchange runestones, transmute the runestones, all that kind of good stuff. And of course, he's got a card we can grab as well. Mainly what I did here was I've unlocked, we've got additional slots for runestones. And then I have unlocked rare and mythical runestones, so we can find those out in the wilds. And we've got our runestone drop chance up quite a bit as well. So all of that helps out a lot. We'll just kind of see what we find. The trainer over here.
Ready. Go and train. You should practice 40 hours a day, at least.
Day and night don't really mean anything here. It's just sort of this nebulous... so we sort of have like a little sphere of reality in the midst of this chaos, and we're trying to just hold on to it. So this guy, we can buy some cards from, and then I've already upgraded a few things, so of course he does have a special card. His is probably the best to start off with. His probably be the first one I want to buy after we do the first section and get some cash. We'll come back and do that. So I have increased the amount of cards I draw every turn. Alright, so what's kind of keeping this area is this special menhir that was in the middle of the village. It's sort of keeping the chaos at bay. But, time to head out. So, it's very, very clear when we head out here that we're in the chaos, because everything goes all wibbly-wobbly, and we can't see much of anything. So, once we light a candle, we can see. So I can kind of see the main boss is there, but I can't really tell what else. And each of these usually are kind of guarding some event or some location. I think we'll just head left and kind of circle around. When everything's all wibbly-wobbly, it's a little hard to see where stuff is. You can kind of see roughly what's going on over here. I've noticed the game's a bit jerky sometimes. So we'll light up our candle. We can kind of see. If I want to, I can usually look and see what it is. Let's head on in for our first fight. So there's our golem coming in. So we can kind of see what people are going to do. We can also hover over it and see what's going to happen. Pretty much all the monsters have some kind of special ability, and they all look really cool. This is about as far in as we can zoom, but we can move the camera around different angles so we can see stuff. So the more armor you have, the less damage you're going to take, and this is sort of your attack bonus. So over here, this is also showing that he's got level 1. Redirect damage from Floki, gets interrupted by stun, what he does, all that good stuff. Redirects enemy hits towards himself, so that redirects from everything, and then each turn he just heals himself. He doesn't actually do any damage. So, what do we want to do? Well, we did get a special card, so these weird cards are the ones we get based on the candle. Reduce armor of all enemies by 25 to end combat, pretty good. Or if we don't play it, draw 2 more cards next turn. So once you have low light, though, these are usually quite negative. And it's like, have a negative effect now or have a worse negative effect if you don't play the card. Usually the kind of way it works. I'm fine either way. He doesn't have a ton of armor, so it's fine. What I would like to do is get a worm out. It is going to cost me 2, though. But his attack is just going to get redirected to this poor little bugger anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and get a worm out. See how tiny he is? As he levels up, they will get bigger and bigger and bigger. What I would probably like to do... Let's go ahead. We've got the free activation. So go ahead and smack him a little bit. So, like it said on his thing, he becomes stronger with every hit, so he's now doing more damage. But we did reduce his armor, so he'll take more damage from attacks from now on. So he's only going to attack for 7 to 9, which isn't that big of a deal. I don't remember if attacks hitting him also redirect to me. Probably. So I probably want some kind of barrier on myself. So let's put a little barrier on myself. Now we kind of see he's going to attack for 7 to 10. He's going to try to heal himself. Yes, it did hit me for 1 point of damage. Nothing that big. We do have a limit. We can only have 4 summons. And our wolf would count as one of those. So here, I think... what did we draw? What is this? Yeah, we could do that. Let's give you some extra power. Enjoy. I think we'll summon our wolf. With our last point, we could promote. Let's promote you. A little bigger, a little more damage, all that good stuff, a little more health. Alright, so each turn with our wolf we can pet him, so it boosts his stats, makes him happy. He basically just gets more health and does more damage if we do that. So he'll fully heal up, get a higher amount of health, and just do a little damage. He doesn't do a ton of damage though, so he's a good companion, but not fantastic. But at least he does damage, as opposed to some of these others. So let's go ahead, I'm just going to activate you. Let's activate you again. There we go. First combat done. So we killed somebody, we got some blood, we got some money. Let's see if we find anything. Sharpening Stone. If we use this, every attack has a 20% chance to do 200% damage. We get a card choice. Offer 10% of your max HP, invoke 2 golems. At the end of each turn, the minion gains with 10 barrier, or summon Abomination at level 3. That's not bad for 2. This could be quite useful on one of our golems, so I'm going to take that, actually. So it's kind of like a spell, like a summon spell. And we get a passive skill. After summoning, activate. Generally pretty good. Whenever golems activated, reduce the energy cost of a random card in your hand by 1. So they activate at the beginning of every turn, healing. That's good. Start every combat with 20 barriers, so that's a bit more defensive. This is pretty darn good, actually. I'm going to take that, because I've got ways to boost as well. So we did get a runestone. So this one, if we put it in a weapon slot, reduces armor of all enemies by 10. If we put it in an armor slot, it gives us 30 more HP. Both of those are decent. I'm going to go ahead and take the extra HP, though. So we're going to go ahead today, we'll go ahead and clear this whole zone out and fight that first boss. And maybe we'll check things out in the village, because that's usually pretty quick, and then we'll go on and do the next video for the next section. So let's go ahead and head on out. Doesn't really matter too much. Let's just take on the next enemy. Like I said, it is a little jerky. This is an older game, so it should be running fairly well, and the combats run usually pretty well. But it's definitely very cool. I've liked as I've gotten some time into this and been able to do stuff. And the music is really good. There's some tracks on this that are really amazing. All right, so this one, reduce armor of all enemies for 3 turns, or we can draw another card. That just means we can do more damage, potentially. This guy kind of sucks. If we hurt him or hit him, he's going to put nasty things in our deck. This guy's going to heal, so ideally we kill him first. This guy's going to keep attacking more and more unless we stun him. But I don't have control over who my guys attack. That's kind of the downside of this character. So yeah, let's go ahead and reduce all your armors. I'll get a worm. And I'll go ahead and activate him. So I feel like that's sort of the downside of this summoner, the 3 magic classes, is that they don't have any way to, like, well, there are a few cards that'll let you direct who gets attacked, but it's not very common that they pop up. So as you can kind of see, we got touched by this guy, so now we have this card. So the first one we get rid of costs 0, the next one a turn costs 1, the one after that costs 2, all that kind of stuff. So if we have this, if the sick man dies, we lose 2% of our health. So the more of these we have, the more percentage of our health it's going to be. We always want to get rid of those if we can. Let's do the power-up. What else did we get? The battle enchantments on you is generally quite good. I've got the bear, so I don't really need to do anything crazy. How about we just get our wolf friend out, and then we'll activate my worm. Yeah, so he's kind of randomly targeting enemies. So what we have to watch out for is occasionally enemies will do different attacks. This is they're attacking one target 3 times for 5 to 6 damage. There are attacks that'll hit everybody, and in that case, it's going to redirect a lot of damage to our golem. So like, if it's 10 to everybody, it's 10 and 10 and 10 and 10 kind of thing. So let's get rid of that. So I think the end of every turn you get 10 barrier. Okay, so you'll heal and get some barrier at the end. So let's just go ahead and keep smacking people. Hope we can hit the right targets. I think we just want to prioritize just doing actions because he's going to heal a little bit on his own. So our ultimate here charges. So when we promote someone, it goes up. And then we can use it to promote somebody even more. I don't know what the max... Like, I don't think there is a maximum. Like, we can just keep going and going and going. Let's just keep smacking people. I'd really like to kill that healer. Sometimes there's a weird delay on the additional attacks, which is kind of funny, but what you gonna do? I really wish you wouldn't hit that guy. I really want you to finish off the healer. We could just promote... yeah, let's just promote my golem. I should actually see if I can promote my wolf companion as well. Probably. All kinds of crap going on. Alright. Worm. Thank you for killing the healer. I appreciate it. So right now it's 2 times. Get a bit more info. At 9 charges we can promote a minion 3 levels. I think activation is probably all I really want to do. But... okay, got to get rid of some of that. At least 1. Let's get rid of all of it, I guess. And... I'm going to promote you. So we can't quite swing all the way around to see the front of these guys, but we can kind of see a little bit better. We me just move the camera around a bit. And if you can't see stats, you can always just move things around until you can. You can also like zoom way out up high if you want to look at things that way, but I think this is a bit more interesting. Tons of damage. Yeah, we do a little bit of retaliation with him. That's kind of why it's triggering. So what do we have? Stun a random enemy, or we can gain 5 block. We've got this maxed out. I might as well use it. Let's just give you a bunch of levels. Enjoy. Doesn't have the health, though. He is going to get the barrier. We can activate him and he'll heal himself. So maybe we do that this time. We could put additional barrier on him. We can do all kinds of things like that. Most likely, we'll kill them off here if we just take some actions. So let's go ahead and just do that. There we go. We'll follow up a little slow. Get ourselves an acid bomb. And if you have slots here, it'll just automatically throw it in your hotbar. You can't access your regular inventory during a fight, only the things in the slots. We got something new. Summoned Golem, Worm, Abomination, and Fae. Lose 2 energy next turn. Not bad. So marking, place a redirect effect on an enemy for 2 turns. So that means that damage dealt to their allies will be transferred to that target. So even if they're not actually hit directly, it'll just redirect it to them. Curse of Mortality, increase enemies' armor by 50. Each hit received reduces their max HP. That's pretty mediocre. The Wild Summon is interesting. I think I kind of like the marking, though. I'm going to take the marking. We can reroll, as you can see. Increase weapon damage. So this doesn't do much for this class because you don't really hit directly much. In armor slot, deal 1 hit for 4 to all enemies. So yeah, I don't really do direct attacks with this class unless I have like a Weirdstone card that's an attack, or there might be an occasional spell maybe that does an attack directly, but it's not very common. So increasing my damage doesn't do anything. But I can smack everybody for 4 at the end of the turn, so sure, let's do that. That can be sometimes problematic. There might be enemies sometimes that you don't really want to hit. Hey, we found the florist.
Approach, the florist smiles at you.
Yes, you guessed it. Issues with personal space again. But how can I help you, kind friend?
This guy makes flower-looking things out of human body parts. He does have some really good cards, though, but we do need a bit more cash to buy that. He'll stay here until we can get some and come back. So let's just do a loop around. Once we're 50, we'll go back. There's one in particular that I really like, one card. Okay, we got the big pig guy, so he redirects attacks to himself. This guy is going to heal, but he creates barriers as well. He kind of sucks. And a healer, so definitely not a great combo for us to try to force our way through. But we did get our Abomination. He hits everybody. So when he does that, he'll hit, and then it'll redirect, and he'll hit, and redirect, and he'll hit you directly as well. And I'm going to give you more damage. And then I'm going to activate you. You kind of see it just all got redirected to our piggy there. There's my little secondary attack going out at the end. I don't know, because he's got a redirect. If I put a redirect on somebody else, I don't think it actually works. As long as there's a redirect, I think it goes by whichever one is the first. I'm not sure. I've done this before where I put a redirect on somebody else and just didn't do anything. We could try that. Put it on here. It might be that it'll redirect just that one hit that goes to him to there, him to there. It might be weird. Let's see. We could do a bit of promoting. Let's promote you at least once. Do a bit more damage. Let's actually do that a couple times. Throw a barrier on you. Get our free activation. Yeah, so it just redirected everything to him, so it didn't actually do anything. But when he's dead, he'll still have the redirect on him. Okay, what do we get? Use armor just for this turn. So now it's kind of in the middle, so it's an okay effect, but if we don't play it, draw a card, increase the cost. That's not so great. He does have armor, so it's not a bad idea to get rid of it. It's only for this turn, though. Let's give you the ability to get some shield every turn. And let's just activate you. Go. Piggy's down, so now everything should get redirected to him because he still has that on him. Okay, I think we're in good shape. Oh, and we'll just activate a couple times. Alright, the healer's the only one left. Let's just activate and see if we can kill you off here. Excellent. Wafer's leaves I don't really like. Anything that reduces my health. Although there are certain classes, there's a particular class that you do more damage the more hurt you are, so it's actually quite good for them. We got another one. In the first turn of combat, increase damage 50%. In armor slot, first turn of combat, 75 armor. So again, I don't really attack directly, so it doesn't really make much difference, but I'll go ahead and throw it in something anyway. The armor would reduce damage to me directly. But I don't really have a slot for it, so sure, we'll just throw it there for now. I'll probably swap it out. If we get 3 of the same one, we can merge them and they'll get more powerful. We can also find rare and mythical ones, so it'll be way more powerful.
Okay, what if we're also echoes of a powerful desire? And is there any desire stronger than the urge to live? What if we found a yearning even stronger than that? What would it do to the weirdness around us?
So this is a crazy witch lady that I found out in the woods and found her village, and yeah, not a great place to be. So we're chill though. So let's see if she can help me.
What could it be that you think you need? I have to warn you that nothing is free here.
So we're going to trade in health for something. Random stat boost, get a weird candle, remove some cards. I guess we'll take a stat boost. Yeah, unfortunately we got increased damage, which doesn't really do anything for this class. And we are banged up a little bit. Far, you're right there. Let's just light another candle. We've got a bunch. Alright, this guy is going to explode if we don't kill him before the time runs out. And you, the other one dies, he's going to become active, sort of like a Weeping Angel kind of thing. So what do we want? Yeah, we'll just let that go. We don't need to reduce damage because he's not attacking. He's just got a timer where he's going to blow up. Let's go ahead and take the worm out. I'm going to mark you. Let's just activate a few times, I think. Good job. Alright, have some more damage. Got a free one. Alright, now you're gonna wake up. These early fights are actually fairly straightforward. Later on, it's going to get a lot more complicated, a lot more enemies to fight. A gnawed foot. How wonderful. So now I could choose if I want to have that or not. We should be fine. Damage, end of the turn. Yeah. I don't have anything else to do, so I'm just going to throw it in there. It'll affect my attack at the end of the turn, but that's it. It's Futhar.
Hello, noble knight. I'm happy to see you. My mother would like to see you too, but she needed to leave for a moment. Don't worry, she always comes back now.
So this is a child and parent that I reunited. Let's get a couple specific rare runestones. We can actually choose what we want. Let's see. This one's pretty good if you can play a lot of cards, but I don't really have that ability yet. I probably will eventually. Increase combat slots, so just more items. Reduce max HP of all enemies by 3% is mediocre. Heal 5% of HP after every combat, that's quite good. Stun a random enemy every 4 turns. If I don't use my energy, we get some bonuses. Reduce armor of all enemies by 5 every turn, quite good. I think I might take that one. Okay, yeah, let's go with reducing enemy armor every turn. It will go negative. And then the other one we want, I think, which one was it? Like, this could be quite good for us. We're eventually going to get a bunch of cheap cards, like zero-cost cards we can play. And killing an enemy does, like, my summons killing an enemy does count as me killing an enemy. So we could take that. I do like the stun a random enemy every 4 turns. That could be really helpful once we get into the later parts of the game. I might take that one, but some enemies are immune to being stunned. So let's take a look and see. So I definitely want to heal every turn, which is... Oh, isn't that? That's what I wanted to get. Never mind. I grabbed the wrong one. That's what I was thinking about grabbing. So for this one, reduce armor. So reduce enemy armor every single turn. And then we want to stun every 4 turns. Keep the HP. So we lose our little hit at the end, and instead we're going to stun somebody every 4 turns. We can eventually get these unlocked too, but this is something we have to run into. It's not an upgrade. It's something we'll have to find out here in the weirdness to do that. You were close. Let's go for you. Alright, so you've got an abomination, so he's going to hit everybody. You're going to do basic attacks and add crap to my deck. This guy, anything under a certain amount of damage won't do anything to him. We can kind of see what it is down here, under 12. Or if we hit him 4 times, first 4 are gone, and then after that they'll go up. Probably want to kill you first as a priority, so I'm actually going to mark you. I'm going to summon the abomination. Let's give a bit more shielding to you. Let's do a little damage. Okay, counterattacking there almost took you out. Took a decent chunk of damage though. Give me the worm. Thought you'd be over here, but sure, fine. Let's grab the Fae as well. Why not? Little creepy dude. Alright, that'll make things a bit easier on our golem. So this is the junk card. Doesn't do anything, you just can't really do anything with it. We can actually do a hit with this, or we can gain some damage. We might want to do a hit with it. That's above your... Yeah, so we can actually get that in. Let's increase your damage. Now you're going to do more. Let's go ahead and just have you smack somebody. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and hit you as well. Okay, almost dead. Alright, we got that one out. One enemy left. Fourth turn, he gets stunned. We can just wail on him, he can't do anything about it. Alright, let's do some promotions, I suppose. This isn't going to last much longer here at all. Can't quite kill you. Well, we'll put some extra barrier up on you. Not going to bother marking, there's only one enemy left. Just an activation will be done. Yeah, so we kind of control like a little army with these classes. Smoke bomb. Okay, I would rather have the smoke bomb than this, so that's what we're going to do. Swap that out. Paralysis. Stun a chosen enemy, reduce their armor by 25 till end of combat. Not bad, does cost a lot. Sacrifice a minion, deal a hit for 250% damage to all enemies. That's decent. Draw a card for every minion currently in combat. This class, this isn't so great because we can just keep promoting our guys forever. But we could maybe, like, there's certain class, we definitely want a golem up, we definitely want a worm up. After that, if we had like a Fae, we could just sacrifice a Fae or something. And again, some enemies can't be stunned, but reducing the armor is helpful, especially for the rest of combat. I think I'm going to take the sacrifice, although I'm not sure how much I'm going to use it. Every combat energy cost of first sigil you play is 0. If you have 1 minion alive, promote it at the start of each turn. That's pretty good. Each turn, gain an ultimate charge. I think I'm going to take that and just keep promoting automatically. Increase armor, or each card increases damage. Yeah, I like the health more than just 10 armor. And again, the damage isn't really going to matter, because I rarely do direct attacks. +2 or 5%. I don't do much. I probably do like 5 or 6 damage at this point, so the 2 is going to be better than that. We'll still take it. Just not going to put it in any slots. You can stack them as well, so like 2 30 healths would equal 60.
The cemetery is not a place you should linger, especially this close to the weirdness.
I am going to loot the graves because there are some interesting things. There's a couple different interactions here. I found some grave diggers once.
You notice a 4-legged creature pacing slowly among the ancient gravestones. It moves with authority. After a moment, it finds the steepest and most skewed tombstone, leaps onto it, and then lies down gracefully. Seeing this is enough for you to realize that it's a cat. Its white fur shines brightly, but as you get closer, you notice that its texture alternates between translucence and solid color. You step closer and closer, hearing it purr louder, soothing your nerves.
I've never actually seen this one before. I don't have any food, so I can't do that. Pet, yeah, heals me. I was thinking we gave it food. Maybe we could pick it up as a companion as well.
The cat purrs and rubs their head on your hand. You feel peaceful. That's something you haven't felt for a long time now. A faint voice in the distance brings you back to reality. It sounds like someone calling a name. Alice! The cat leaps down, and you see it turning its head in the direction of the voice. However, the moment she takes one step towards it, she disappears.
Yeah, I haven't actually had that interaction before. I usually don't mess with the graves much. Sometimes I'll just leave them. So that could be why. Didn't know there was a spirit cat out here. Now we got a couple of these guys. Alright. Extra damage. We'll take the armor next turn. Okay. Have that. We'll grab the abomination. We'll activate the abomination, which is going to make them all mad, and put some crap in our deck. Get rid of one. Alright, let's pick up the Fae. Tempted to immediately sacrifice you. It's only 30 to 40 damage to each. Could hold off. Alright, let's promote you. Activate. I could kill both of them with the ritual, or the sacrifice, I mean. But then I'd be taking some damage. Screw it. Alright, let it go. Scab, that's just a waste, yeah. Not anything dangerous. Alright. Do more damage, my friend. And yeah, I don't really have to do much of anything. Yeah, we're already kind of powering through a lot of these early ones without too much trouble. The bosses get a bit harder. It kind of depends. Like, some of the bosses are easier for certain classes than others. Draw additional card with no cost. Heal 4. I would like to heal. I could swap it out kind of whenever between fights. I'm only down a few points. We'll just leave it. If I need the help, we can do it later.
Take a look at what I found here. Can't reach it though. You know, having no physical body and so on.
So just 11 of our stones. Weird stones. Right. We do have enough we can go back and get the card, so we might as well do that.
As you approach,
Yeah.
We saw this before. Alright. Buy a bouquet. See, look, they're all happy. I usually just get the free one. It's 50 armor this turn. Just for me, though, it does reduce the damage that I would take from any hits. But, you know, it's a free card we can play. And as you can see, there are some things that'll do increased damage if you play cards. Or give us free shielding if we play cards, that kind of stuff. Oh, we have this here. Okay. Right. I can't really see the circle. Let's light a candle. There's one of the milestones off there on the right. You for a Light Seeker. Power changes depending on your weirdness candle level. We just lit one, so we should be good on that. Free hit? Sure. Take a worm. We'll just activate a few times, but we'll mark the healer here first. Have some more damage. Sure, I guess we can put the enchantment on you. I could probably just beat him down, but I'll go ahead and get a promotion off. So you can kind of see the damage estimate dropped when I got my armor up. It does max out at 75. You can't go above that, technically. You can actually go above it because there's effects that'll drop your armor as well, and they'll go up and down, but the maximum effective value is 75. And then I think the negative... I'm not actually sure what the maximum negative is. I can see he's at minus 17. I've seen it go down pretty far. I don't know exactly how low the lowest would be. Let's just go ahead and beat this guy to death. Yeah, something about those secondary attacks is always kind of a weird delay. Draw a card. That's more effective for us than this because we don't really attack directly. So I'll take the Tome of Knowledge. Got a couple things. Increase damage, do a hit, stun after 15, retaliate. Merge those together, so now this is stronger. Yeah, I like these for defense. The damage doesn't really help much. We're making armor on enemies weaker every turn. We could just stun after playing 15 cards. Draw additional card with cost reduced. Yeah, well, that's only in the first turn of combat. So yeah, let's go with every 15 cards we play, we stun somebody. So we've got a couple stun things going. So here we have the hunting grounds.
The local hunters call this ancient skull the Stag Father and lay charms and offerings around it. The legends say the Stag Father takes the dreamers away to join him on a great hunt.
Okay, usually I just hunt for food here. There's a charm you can find, the Stag Father's charm, and it says the Stag Father might help or he might just kill you. And I've used it once and it killed me. And it was I was in a bad situation anyway. I just needed some kind of help as the run was going, and it just nuked me before I could do anything. It's just like, oh, you're dead, run over. So I haven't actually tried sleeping here before. I've usually just hunt for food because food gives you little heals. And like we saw with the cat, there's also some interactions. There's also like a giant, super fat, creepy knight that you can give food to, you run into. And if you talk to him and you don't have food, he will just attack you and try to eat you. I guess we'll try sleeping. Okay. Pretty nasty fight, honestly. Well, what do we have here? Damage reduction wouldn't be bad. Let's take the Abomination. Alright, let's reduce their damage. Activate our Abomination. Should be okay. Let's get some armor. It's going to reduce the damage, effective damage. Give me a worm. I probably would rather kill the Abomination on the other side first. So let's activate you. Could do that again and kill it, but you're going to kill it on your turn anyway. Yeah, there's nothing really fantastic. Let's promote my Golem. Golem down, but his Golem, or his Abomination's down too. So now the attacks can hit me and can kind of go wherever, which is potentially a bit of a problem. Okay, let's give you some barrier. I'm going to use my item and give myself some shields. Let's smack some people up a little bit. And I think I'll just activate you again. Okay, I've got a few of them hurt. Unfortunately, hitting this guy isn't doing much. We're not doing enough damage to get through his shield. I wanted to finish off these other guys, potentially. Okay, I didn't take any damage, so we're okay at the moment. Do I want to prioritize? Yeah, let's just finish off one of you. They're both basically the same. Give me a Fae, so we can maybe blow him up if we get the card for that. Let's promote you. So our ability triggered, we got him out. So since he's not doing anything, throw some hits out. Okay, this is a once per battle thing that I use. I think we're fine. Even if I take a little bit of damage, we can always get it back. Yeah, let's reduce everybody's armor. That's going to make it easier to kill them. We did get our sacrifice ability. So I'm going to sacrifice you. You can do more damage. And please kill that other guy over there for me. Kind of random who it's going to hit, so you never know. We're probably near the end, so I'm just going to go ahead and burn this. Give you a couple levels. Should be it. Healing. Sacrifice minions, summon an abomination, sacrifice a minion, promote all other minions, activate a minion, draw a card. Not bad. This one's free. Potentially we could do that. Yeah, I'll take the harvest. Yeah, again, not that great. So we kind of get a bit of a rundown everything. So reduce all armor by 5 every turn, stun after 15 cards, extra health, stun every 4 turns. Hunt was successful and you feel the Stag Father's gratitude. Forget 2 skills, restore health, or leave. That's it? That kind of sucks. Okay, we'll just go back to max health. Disappointing. I actually would rather have the meat, so just doing that probably would have been better. Alright, we've got a few enemies around. We can get a blessing before fighting the final guy, and there are different bosses at different levels, so this guy, I think, is actually one of the nastier first ones, if he's who I'm thinking of. Okay, so she's going to spawn illusions, so they will do damage, but they only have like 1 health. So, let's see. Let's just go with the worm here. Don't need to stun, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and activate. So all my passive stuff you can see up here, different effects going on, counting down to what's going to happen. Let's kill you first, I think, if we can. Have a promotion. Alright, should never even summon anything. So we should have done that first. I'm just going to put the enchantment on you. Just go for survivability. And there's our stun. 15 cards. Not even attacking me, just adding crap to my deck at this point. Take the Fae. I'm going to immediately sacrifice him. Promote everybody else. Just gets bigger and bigger. Sure, let's bring out the wolf. Stunned again because it's the 4th turn. Yeah, we just keep acting. Just activate and take him out. Some meat. Mystery meat. But meat. Let's see, 3 less cards, deal a hit, 5 or more, get barrier. This one's pretty good, if we can play a lot of cards. But nothing I'm going to change at the moment. Kind of got a double stun thing going on.
These crystals were already here when the first men landed on the island. You can still sense a glimpse of faint power in this place. A power that calls for your blood.
Don't think I'm going to use them. Well, we could level up for only 14. Get some money. That's going to help me get some good cards for our next section. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Money, money, money. Alright. We can hit that milestone over there before we fight the final boss. Okay, we've got a hit. Let's just go Worm. The Abomination's tempting, but I don't want to get too many of those cards thrown in. And then let's make you do more damage. I will throw a hit myself. Soften up the guy in the middle. So I would rather you guys target, not the sick men. Okay. Let's mark you. Don't want to sacrifice anybody. We don't have enough summons. Summon the wolf, I guess. Let's promote my worm. So close to death. Put some barrier on you. Okay, he's down. Just the sick men to deal with. Get rid of that too. We're liable to kill one or both of them here. Yeah. I don't know if that actually triggered. Probably did. We got the first card hitting the first hit. Probably got a card before the second hit happened. So I probably took a little bit of damage. Ooh, we got a mythical. Provide plus 5% damage for a killed enemy while equipped. Problem is I don't do direct damage, or plus 2 armor for enemy killed while equipped. We can get up to 40 extra armor. That's pretty reasonable. So it'll just get better and better as it goes along. I don't think that's better than having 30 extra health. It's about on par with stunning someone every 4 turns. So I think I will take it. I'd really like to unlock another slot here for armor. That would be nice. But yeah, as people die, we'll just get more and more armor for it. Right now it's giving me nothing, but eventually it'll be 40 armor all the time.
Godless healing! Godless healing!
Little shop out here in the craziness. We could buy some health potions, but I think we're okay. Alright, we've got 3 more fights. Oh, it's a treasure back here. Okay, these are usually a little harder, but I think we can take it. The monstrous defenders are always different as well. It's a giant horde o' rats, so let's take this. Okay, let's grab a Fae. Let's immediately blow him up. Do a bunch of damage. Reduce armor of all enemies, draw a card. We could draw a card. Give me my wolf. Okay, went for a little chomp there. We did stun one of them. This is probably my favorite of the various different songs that play in this. Okay, take out a beating there. Abomination would be very helpful here. But not many rats left, honestly. Just take the worm. More damage. Alright. Just the big one left. Let's get some shielding on you. No promotions. Give me the Fae. Hit him. Hit him some more. Yeah, should be fine here. Let's harvest our Fae. We don't need it, but let's give you a couple levels as well. And another. Why not another? Not bad. Oh, so close to getting another level.
You found what was protected by this beast, a stash of gold and jewelry. When you filled your pockets up to the brim with gold, 3 ethereal chests materialize in front of you. Bringing your hand towards one of them causes the others to shimmer and blur.
You can only pick one. Oh, nice. An armor slot for runestones, weapon slot. Let's take the armor slot. So this is kind of what we need to get those. So currently, we killed a bunch of stuff. So right now, 10 armor. So yeah, we're already getting 10 armor after one fight with it. So what are our options for that? 7 damage to all enemies every turn. Played 5 or more cards, get some shield. Start combat with 25 bonus armor. Every turn we lose 5 from that bonus. Or stun every 4 turns. I'd really like a heal here. Do I have one of those? Yeah, let's do that, even though it's not very strong. Since I'm down 20 some odd health. And we've got a few fights we can go through. Okay, shouldn't be too bad. Stun, get 5 barrier. Let's go worm. damage on the worm. Activate the worm. Really like to focus him, but it is random who we hit here, unless I can put a redirect on somebody. Alright, let's mark you. Give me a Fey. Sacrifice the Fey to promote everybody else. Not as much damage as I'd like. Let's get the wolf out too. Alright, let's just... I wonder if I can promote my wolf. I don't think it would do anything, because we did play something where we sacrificed and everyone gets promoted, but it didn't do anything to him. So I think he only gets better with the Pet the Wolf card. So he's going to blow up, but only do 4, but that's because I've got a bunch of armor at the moment. We're maxed out. So my armor does affect the damage of everybody else. My damage boost only affects me, though. At least I'm pretty sure, based on my prior runs. $20 barriers, not bad. I'll keep what I have for now, though. Alright. Promote a minion 2 levels. Very nice. Sacrifice a minion, get a golem. Summon a golem level 3. Let's go with a double promotion. First time you promote a minion in combat, promote it twice. Minions automatically promote after 3 turns. That's pretty good. Whenever a Fey is summoned, stun a random enemy. Also not bad. Kind of like the automatic promotion. But I like the stun as well. Let's go with the promote every 3 turns. Okay, we got enough of this. We can merge that, which means we're going to heal 7 instead of 4 after every fight. Just a nice, useful one to have. Once you get to the final battle, when there's only 1 fight left, it doesn't going to do much. I'm going to go ahead and... So you can interact with these, get the blessing. We can burn a candle to increase the range of this, which only helps if there's fights nearby, or we can extinguish it and get a new candle. Do that. Because we can use the other one for getting a blessing before the final fight. Fight this last guy. You don't have to fight everybody before fighting the boss. I just always do for the XP. Little hit, not much damage. Give me the worm. Yeah, I mean, he's going to do more than 5 to 7, so let's just promote him. Have him go ahead and smack him around. Guess we played 15 cards. We must carry over from fight to fight, not each individual fight. I thought it wouldn't count, like, it would start counting in that fight. I got the advanced promotion. Alright, give you 2 levels. Damage. I don't need to do anything too crazy here, I don't think. Let's just try to get this fight over with. I never use the unstable powder. It's got a chance of hurting yourself with it. Got more health, potentially. So we're now up to 16 armor, this is giving us. We need to find some more enemies that have a bunch of like swarms, and then maybe units summon others, that kind of thing. We can get that maxed out like super quick. Do we have to go? Yeah, I've got to go like all the way around. You can hear the blacksmith back in the village, which is kind of interesting as we get close to it. So once we're in here, everything looks fine because we're inside the radius of the milestone. Let's go ahead and get a blessing. Gave me health. That's unfortunate. I am topped up, but I'd rather have some kind of benefit. I think this guy has 2 buddies and then gets angry if you kill them. I think that's kind of what the deal is. Yeah. So this guy redirects attacks to him. He starts with 55 armor. And then if we kill one of them, this guy gets very grumpy and does more attacks. So what do we have? Yeah, we'll just not play that and get a card that's free next time. He's already marked, so I can't really mark anybody else to do anything. I don't have a worm, so we'll take the abomination. Give him more power. If we stun him, we can hit whoever we want. That's kind of the only way around that. We got a free barrier. Let's give that to you. Let's give you free barrier every turn. Guess we'll get our wolf. Tiny bit of damage. Okay, now doing 4 to everybody. We need the worm to kind of knock this guy's armor down. Let's promote our worm a couple times. Beating up my golem a bit. Promote the golem. Let's give him some shield. I think this guy, he's reducing our armor, I think is what he's been doing. So our armor's kind of tanked at the moment. So that's why the damage is increasing. I could activate him to heal himself a little bit. That's probably what I should do. We could use our item here. Yeah. Let's reduce all their damage. And I'm gonna have you just heal. Let's go ahead and promote you twice. Alright, what have we got? Got a hit. Yeah, he's just giving these guys shields and stuff. Problem with us not being able to direct who we want to go to. Like, ideally, you could try to stun this guy, go for somebody else. Just getting beat up over here. Okay, you promote twice. Promote you once. So if you heal a bit. Armor's kind of a bit more stable now. Do I feel like you're not attacking? Okay, he's gonna hit everybody for a bunch of damage. That's bad. Let's promote you. Promote you. Okay, stunned him, so end up actually hitting the other guy. Okay, barely got through that. It's anything that hits everybody with all the redirections causes a lot of problems. It's really hard to kind of anticipate what's going to happen or how. Let's see. Let's go double promotion. Get you to level 10. Heal for 20 or 10 barrier. Let's heal for 20. I think he's gonna die here, probably. Well, 7, but it's everybody is getting hit by 7. We could promote him. I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to keep him alive, but we'll give it a try. Ooh, barely 14 health left. Okay, we almost got this guy down. He's doing a massive hit here. That's a huge problem for us, actually. Just because it's so much damage. We're nowhere near getting him stunned. This guy's actually really hard for this class to deal with because of the big attacks. And we can't, like, choose who to hit. Get even bigger. I've used my shield, so I can't do that. I'm at full health, so I can't do that. I'm gonna draw a card and see what I get. Promotion. I can reduce everybody's armor on the other side. But it's already down. Now it'll hit whoever, because there's no one it's all being directed to, but I kind of need survivability. You're definitely gonna die. So I think shielding myself is the best option here. Because that's a truck ton of damage that's going out. Let's just try to maybe take somebody out. Yeah, I was hoping we hit the same target twice, take at least another guy off the board. This is gonna hurt. Okay, looks like he still sucked it all up. So there was no overflow, and we can get another golem right away. I'm tempted to sacrifice the golem immediately. We could sacrifice you. You're not doing that much for us, honestly, especially once we've only got one target left. So, yeah, let's blow you up. What are you doing anyway? Don't know. Okay, not doing a lot yet. It feels a little weird, but we could summon an abomination. Immediately sacrifice him. Promote everybody else. Promote you again. Could promote him again, even if I wanted to. Yeah, why not? Kill. Oh, we got a nice stun off. I wasn't even paying attention to the timing there. I have more damage. I have a couple more promotions. If we just hit him a few times here. There we go. Alright. Didn't even get too banged up, but it was a little... It's kind of weird, like, the way all the... hit everybody and then redirect, and, like, sometimes it just seems like you just, suddenly all this stuff happens and then you're dead. So that happens sometimes with this class. Get a bunch of weird stones for killing the boss. Or weird candles for killing the boss. Armor or damage. I think we're fine with what we've got. We're now up to 22 armor from that one.
This feels like an echo of something that happened before. Like then, you're left with the sensation of a strange power growing within you.
So to fight the actual real final boss, we have to take the heart rather than anything else. And then we go back to the village. Alright, we've got money, so we can now pick up some of those special cards. And it's being super jerky for some reason. Alright, seems like it's figured out what's going on. Alright. Master Arms.
Go.
I would like your card, please. So discard all cards, draw one for each one discarded, and they all cost one less. Pretty awesome. The next priority yours. So 10% extra damage for every enemy alive. I don't know if this affects anybody else. It might only affect me, in which case it's not that big a deal, but it doesn't cost anything to play. Then we want the candle makers.
Good to see.
So reduce armor of all enemies by 20, basically for each bar of the light that we have. And then I think I have enough to get a free passive skill. Or I could get some cards. With 200, anything, XP. I always max out, so I don't know that getting by the end. So I don't know that's necessarily worth doing that. Her card is not that great. It's okay, but it does damage to you, to give you some barrier, I think. Yeah, let's get a passive skill. Each turn, gain an ultimate charge. Okay, just a nice passive kind of benefit. Alternatively, I could have just got some potions, candles, that kind of thing. So yeah, now we've got this whole other area unlocked to us. So what we'll do is, in the next one, we'll head out and clear that one out, and then take out the boss at the end. And then we'll come back for a third one on the third boss, and then the actual real final boss. But that's going to do it for today. So playing in Tainted Grail as the summoner, I've been DisturbingPuppet. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully I'll see you again next time. Until then, have a good one.